Hey everyone. I hope if I didn't say so before, I hope your Thanksgiving for those who celebrated was awesome. And for those who don't celebrate but got a day off, I hope your day off was great. And for those that had to work during Thanksgiving, I hope that your work night and day was an awesome one. So, today we are going to look at a new liner, and this is by E.L.F. No Budge Retractable Eyeliner in black. All right, and they said it's waterproof, so we'll see. So it says, this waterproof retractable eyeliner checks all your pencil liner requirements. Creamy, pigmented, and with ultimate stain power. You got it. Use this liner on your lash line, waterline, or all over the lid. Wow. For intense eyes that last all day. Directions. Apply along the lash line and waterline for defined eyes. Smudge immediately for a smoky look, or allow 30 seconds to set to a budge-proof finish. All right. So it says it lasts all day. So we are going to see if that's true. This is that we're packaging. I have not opened this box. It is new. All right. And we are doing this together. So we will see how this goes. And this is all of the information about the product and the directions. All right. All right, now. It says no budge retractable eyeliner in the front. Excuse me, but then it says this waterproof retractable eyeliner checks all your pencil liner requirements. Creamy pigment and with ultimate stain power. You got it. Use this liner on your lash line, waterline, or all over the lid for intense eyes that last all day. Apply along the waterline and the lash line for defined eyes. Smudge immediately for a smoky look, or allow 30 seconds to set to budge-proof finish. All right, it says it's retractable, so that means it's an automatic pencil. All right, I'm opening this. First, I want to say that word packaging is really awesome. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. I really like this. See how that looks on the box? I really like that. And I really like the black box. I think it's really pretty. It's a classic look. And frankly, not very many cosmetics package their product like this. All right, so this is what it looks like. Now I haven't taken the top off yet, as you can see. All right, and it's just black. That is what the end says, black. All right, so let's take a look at the inside. Okay, so the lid to begin with was really snug on the pencil itself, so it doesn't just come off. All right, so not retracted yet. All right. Okay, so this is what the pencil looks like. And I have not lined, obviously, so I don't know the creaminess of the product. So bear in mind, you might not want to, you know, swivel up much of the pencil to begin with, because we don't know what we're, dealing with as far as how easy it is to line. So most time I don't wear a color or anything with the liners, just so the emphasis is on the liner. But today I'm going to wear E.L.F's glitter liner. So not glitter liner, the shadow. So I'm going to get that shadow. So all right. So I have several different places that I put, shadows and um, and I have a work area, if you will, where I have different product, and because I go back and forth all the time, so I don't really put anything away, but some things I do put away. Uh, so I'm getting that eye color, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. All right, so I also got my primer. So this is my primer. All right, and this is what we are using today. All right, this is really, really, really pretty. All right, I'm going to show you the doe foot of this to show you how pretty this is. And you will see, I'll do a slight swatch so you can see. This is a really great eye color. Once it sets, it is really, really something. All right, now this, if you don't set it, it transfers, so you have to make sure to set it. But, all right. Now I'm going to be applying the liner, and I'll show you what all that looks like here in just a moment. All right, so I did take the top off. I scrolled up, and I started with my waterline. And the one thing I'm going to say about this, well, actually more than that, but this is not creamy to work with. It is a very firm liner, really firm. All right, and I tried to line my waterline. It did not line. It did line, not easily. So what I did was I went to the top, my upper lash line, and I lined there. And this is what, this is the result of that. I mean, Milani is softer and creamier to work with than this. So first, this is my eye with no makeup at all. This is my face and my eye, no makeup. All right. All right. Now I'm going to show you what I did. Okay. Now I tried the waterline first, and I mean, you can see that little waterline. You can see it there. Okay. And then to maybe soften it up a little bit or warm it up, I decided to go to the top, my top lash line, and it was not easy at all. I had to really, I didn't press a lot, but I just had to take the automatic pencil back and forth, and I even had to pull on my eyelid to get it on there. All right, so that to me is that's major, okay? I mean, I don't want it so soft that the product's coming up on my eyelashes like Milani's pencil does, but I don't want it so firm that you have to literally, you know, I mean, take the pencil back and forth again and again and again to get product. I don't like that. And I really don't like having to go over my waterline again and again and look at what it did. It did leave a line along the top of my lashes, but you can see where my waterline is there. It's like a little bit on the inside of it here and there, but not really. So I'm going to try again. I'm going to line in my lower lash line. And I'm going to go across the top of my top lash line, but just to get it, so it's lined correctly, and if I can, and I may do the other side with my Milani to show you what a creamy, smooth application looks like. This is not it, but that said, these are the swatches for the makeup that I had planned for today. Okay, the blue, okay, is the E.L.F. shadow, liquid shadow, that does smudge if you don't use setting spray, so keep that in mind. And also the liner. All right, so I'm going to try again, and this time I am going to do it. Going to do it right now. I was a little, I don't know if I want to use the word surprised when I went to line with this, and it wasn't easy. I don't think I've had a liner like that in a while. I mean, Milani's pencil that you have to sharpen that I don't use because I have to sharpen it was so creamy, literally, that, you know, bits of the pencil, uh, it was little tiny, creamy, as you line would come off on my lashes as I was using it. I didn't like that. It was so creamy it was doing that. But I don't like it being so firm that it won't line. So I did get Milani's automatic pencil, and that it's still creamy. It's still creamy, but it does line better. It isn't like the pencil, so that was better. But when the product is that creamy, that's a no for me. But when it's so hard that it won't line either. All right, so this is done a little bit better. I'm filling in the areas where it was patchy somewhat. It still is. It still is a little bit, but I'm going the best I can. And there are still areas in here where it's not filling in. Okay, so just from what I am doing right now, if it wasn't for the fact I'm going for longevity today because of the length of time, and truly I don't know if you're going to want this. It doesn't have a sharpener at the end, so you can't sharpen it either. So I'm going to get my Milani and I'm going to line with it. And I'm going to show you the ease of lining with that liner. Right now I'm annoyed with this liner. Alright, so Milani has two Milani has, oh, okay, has a pencil. This is Stay Put Waterproof Eyeliner linked on black. And this is a pencil that has to be sharpened, okay? So, this is Milani's Stay Put, okay, liner, and this is a pencil, okay? And you do have to sharpen it, all right? Okay, so this is the one that's so creamy, really. Little pieces of it when I would line would come off on my lashes. Okay, so what I did was, I also don't like that I have to sharpen this, because when you sharpen, as creamy as it is, product comes off with the sharpening when you sharpen. So I didn't like that one either. So Milani also has Supreme Cold Gel, all right, and this is an automatic pencil, okay. And I have to get the other. There's another. There is a pen, an automatic pen, that is just like the Supreme Stay Put Waterproof Eyeliner. This is the pencil format, and then there's a pen that's exactly like this, except it swivels at the bottom, all right, and you don't have to sharpen it. And it also has a smudger and a sharpener at the end. This does not have the sharpener and the smudger at the end. Okay, now this is a very, very, very creamy liner to work with. All right, very, very creamy. So I'm going to show you. I'm lining on the opposite side to show you what that looks like. I mean, this eyeliner almost reminds me of once upon a time when I first started using makeup. I would get these really inexpensive liners, and I mean, the only way to use them, I mean, they were really, really, really inexpensive, but the only way that you had to, that they would line, if you will, was heating them up just a little till they would melt. And that reminds me of that. Now, fortunately, I didn't have to do that with that, but that's what it came across. I didn't think I was going to get any product on my eye at all with that. And even now, it definitely hasn't lined like Milani. Now, I'm going to take a photo of this. Now, since I don't sharpen my pens, my automatic pens and pencils, I don't sharpen them because, you lose product. I don't like that. I'd rather just go ahead and line. And if I need to line with my liquid liner. So I'm going to show you how easy it was to line with my liner, with this liner, this Milani liner. How easy it was. I mean, it just lines, and that is all. It's just that quick. It's that easy. It's a rich black color. It's awesome. All right, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. And, I just don't even know if I even need to take this through the day because, I mean, it's not that great. Okay, so this is the color. All right, so to refresh your memory, to refresh where we've been, this is E.L.F. Okay, that's what E.L.F. did. All right, this is Milani. And I didn't get enough on the waterline with this. I'll have to shut mine and do it again. But you can see the difference is really a lot. It's a big difference. This is E.L.F, which I could barely get on my eye, and even then, it's still. And on the waterline, you can see how the waterline is. And this is Milani. All right. Milani's automatic pen is extremely creamy and lines extremely well. Now, I don't mind a little firm enough where it lines. All right. Firm enough for it to line. It lines without product coming off on my lashes. All right. But it's still soft enough, if you will. It's still soft enough. That line that is right by the middle line is Milani. It lines soft enough, that it puts product where it's supposed to go and it looks good. Okay? That is not this. All right? I shouldn't, first off, have to warm it up for it to work. So I'm going to line with it again, but I just don't know at this point if I want to go, the distance with a weight. I mean, waterproof, retractable, creamy. No, it's not. It is pigmented. It is. But it's hard to work with. Apply along lash line and waterline for defined eyes. Smudge immediately for a smoky look. Allow 30 seconds to set to a budge-proof finish. I didn't notice it being tacky at all. Not at all. Let me see that. I'm going to re-swatch. And we'll see how it does. Okay, that was the first line. That third one in. Okay, I'm applying a little bit more. Not a whole lot of pressure, because I don't want the tip to break off, and I don't know if it might do that. So, I'm applying a little more thick, and this is a little separated from the other swatches, if you will. All right, so that third one, now I'm going to take my finger across it and see. Okay, so it did smudge when I first applied it. Just a little bit. See that smudge? But, it's just so hard to work with that I don't know if I'm going to go the day, because I tell you what, I will go the day, even though it was hard to work with, and I'm not putting Milani on the other side. I will leave it the way it is, and we'll see if the product itself has any staying power. But again, I have to really not heavy hard across my waterline, but I shouldn't have to go back and forth to build up a line across my waterline. I shouldn't have to. And that I have to do that with this, I don't like that. Milani doesn't do that at all. It just automatically lines, and that's it. Now, I'm not using my liquid liner. I'm going to stay with the liners that I am using. So on the one side is E.L.F, and on the other side is Milani. That's what I'm doing. I'm staying with Milani on the one side, and I'm going to try to even that out. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the blue shadow on, and we'll see. We'll see about that. Okay, so on the other side, the line is really, really thick. And it was not difficult. On the other side, it's thicker. It's thicker, but it really did take some time. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put my color on. I'm just really definitely not happy with this liner at all. But I'm happy that we're finding out about this together, though. So that's good. And even though I said I didn't really like the non transfer of the shadow, I'm working with it. So that's all good. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and line both sides. And I'm just going to stay this way. And I will take photos throughout the day. If it happens where the other side isn't there anymore and it, um, fades or leaves, doesn't stay, then I will show you what it's done and I will be concluding the video. I'll conclude the review. If it stays, I will be here as long as I need to. So I'm showing you E.L.F's side, and then I'm showing you Milani's side, and we will start this. Wait to see how long it stays, if it stays. Okay. All right, so I just took okay. So I have to clean up a little bit on the other side. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right, so this is all right. So this is E.L.F side. I was able to build it up somewhat, so we'll see. Okay, how it goes, and then I have to clean up the in corner of the shadow. But this is Milani. Okay, and we will just call it a wear test and see how long. You already know what the product is like and how it is applied and all that. Oh, and this is the shadow. It is really, really something. I really, really like it. Right now, I don't think that the E.L.F liner is something. So, all right. We will come back here later. If anything happens between now and tonight, I'll be back to wrap up this video. If nothing happens between now and tonight and it's still going strong, like it said, then I'll be back sometime this evening. So I'll see you then. Hey everybody. It is now 8:16. Okay. So this is what I think about this liner. I put it up beside Milani to show you, what a really well-lined eye is that lines with ease, as opposed to this. So, um, you know, it didn't fade away completely, or I would have stopped the video a long time ago. But this is how the swatches look. All right. And I didn't set the swatch, so excuse me, it got a little wet. So that's what happened there. All right. Um, so I'm going to have to go back just a minute. So, and I was supposed to clean up my eye on one side, and I just decided to leave it just because, you know, that's kind of the way the eyeliner was. And I still am really annoyed at that liner. Just how hard it was to line it all. So we started out from here, all right, and then I decided to use Milani on the other side. This is Milani, all right. This is what Milani does. It's just really easy. Okay, so this is E.L.F side when I started out, and yeah, I see that eye color, and this is Milani. Okay, so through the day, all right. Um, this is through the day for both of them. I apologize, I've been going so quick. There we go. I'll slow down a little bit. So this is E.L.F again. And here's Milani. I'm if you can get the product on, there is E.L.F. If you can get it on, your waterline and your top lash line, if you can, um, it may stay. It did not stay on the waterline very well for me. So this is E.L.F. and that's my waterline right there. Um, you know, it just this is Milani and this is E.L.F again, and you can see where it's coming off my waterline. All right, the the things that they talked about heavily um, on the back of the box were staying power and um, I think they said waterproof too. Um, okay, so this is Milani, all right, and then this is E.L.F again. And I apologize. Some of these are a little shadowed. And Milani, okay, these are through the day, and I forgot to set my shadow. You have to set this E.L.F liquid shadow, and I forgot to. So, all right. So this is Milani again. All right, and this is E.L.F, and it's patchy. Okay, it's patchy. This is E.L.F again. Okay, so I don't like that. Okay, and this is the E.L.F side, and yes, it is coming off there. Again, I forgot to set my shadow. Okay, this is more E.L.F, and then I've got some okay, now this is where I'm showing you my waterline and how it's coming off the waterline, and more E.L.F, and I've got some, okay, and this is Milani, all right, and Milani again. So, all right, so this is Milani with flash, okay, and this is Milani again, and this is E.L.F with flash. Oh, and that's my face without makeup. If I didn't tell you before, okay, this is E.L.F, okay, and this is Milani, Okay. Now, most of the time on my upper lash line, I use a liquid. I don't use my automatic pencil. So, okay, this is E.L.F. So, there's usually a thick um, black line on the top of my top lash line. So, okay, so that's the last. Um, you know, as far as staying, there was a thin line on going toward my lower lash line. Here's the deal. This is hard to work with. Okay, first, the product is really, really firm and it's hard to line with. It isn't creamy like Milani at all. So, this is me lining. In fact, yeah, maybe I'll try to do it here. Okay. So, this is me, as you can see, lining this. Maybe the very top um had to come off the product, but it wasn't line friendly at all. It wasn't super creamy at all. And that's annoying to me. Okay, now it's doing a lot better. So it could just be it needed you know, the outer top, the surface of it. Maybe that was could be the top portion because it's doing better. But I had to go over and over and over my waterline and my top lash line for it to line. That's ridiculous. And especially at $5. I shouldn't have to do that at all. It should be like this. Okay? This is Milani. It should be like this for $5. For $5, it should just be that easy to line. Both waterline, top lash line. Okay? It should be that easy. And it wasn't. And even now, I mean, Milani's has so much more black pigment than E.L.F. I mean, so, you know, if you want to try it, go ahead and try it. I looked at reviews on E.L.F's site, and the majority of the reviews on there were that it's hard to work with. It doesn't line well. And that's true. It really didn't. I mean, when you have to go over the same area again and again to get a little bit of liner going, that's ridiculous. So, um, you know, I am going, since it lines so well there, or better than it did when I first applied it, I will continue to use it until it's gone, but I probably won't repurchase just because I don't have time to sit and wait for a liner to line. When I sit down to put my makeup on, I expect that liner to line immediately, and then I move on to my other makeup that I need to do. So, um, you know, I I don't like the product. I don't like what I had to do to get the product on my eyes. So, um, I'm going to use it and that's it. So it says apply along the lash line and waterline for defined eyes. Smudge immediately for a smoky look or allow 30 seconds to set to budge proof finish. And it says waterproof, retractable eyeliner, checks all your pencil liner requirements. Creamy, pigmented, and with ultimate staying power. Okay, so none of that is so. Okay? So, that is my thoughts on this liner. I'm going to go ahead and try it again. And then I will update you if it's better and it was just the top layer of liner, I will let you know. But right now, I don't like the way this liner performed at all. So, alright everyone, that is all for this video. And the top portion that I can tell, I'm going to do a quick look in the mirror. It is still there on my top lash line somewhat, not so much my shadow, just on one little portion. And my Milani is still there. And interestingly, that little line that I lined on E.L.F side, it's a little line going across, but it is there still. It's in my lash line. And my Milani is still thick the way I lined it this morning. It might have been a little bit thicker going in toward my waterline more, but it is a lot thicker than the E.L.F side. So, alright everyone, that is all for this video. I've got a whole bunch more products, so stay tuned for that. And subscribe, and coming subscribers, welcome. Lurkers, welcome. You know you want to subscribe. I love all of you. Thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate you. And I will see all of you in my next video. Have a good one, everybody.